Patriarchy has outlived its time. It's already survived way too long, I don't know, 4,000 years, basically all of written history. But a lot has happened in the end of 20th and beginning of 21st century. And here we are, and it's no longer a functional system of social organization. So it's just dying in these kind of like violent throes. And examples of that are everywhere around us. But I would say that it's time for a mass sex hack, that we all get together and reboot our brains to understand our sexual responses and habits in a way that's turned around. That's the same but different. So it's a simple shift of that functionality, but we have to all do it together. Otherwise, everybody feels like an outlier and wants to be like everybody else, and that's how we get stuck in this tribal thinking that's so ridiculous at this day and age. But between the current divorce laws, the current scientific advances in mapping and understanding the brain, the fact that DNA can tell us who the father of a child is very inexpensively anywhere around the world, the fact that men have come around to feel pride, at least westernized men, feel pride and even a degree of machismo in pleasing their women, have discovered the clitoris, have discovered squirting. The fact that marriages are breaking up mostly because of problems with monogamy and faithfulness are all leading us to this acceptance that religion, whichever our religion is, can no longer dictate our sex lives. And really, it never should have. You know, the ancient Greeks or the ancient Hindus, they had gods for everything. You know, the ancient Greek gods, they drank nectar only, but they had a libido, they had sex. They did not legislate people's sexual practices. And if we can do that shift in our brains, in our understanding of our sex lives, we will be free again. And that's the first step to a greater social freedom and equality for all genders. You know, men, women, and all the beautiful rainbow genders in between. Because everyone is equally oppressed and repressed. And equally is just a casual term. There is no way of measuring every individual suffering, feelings of alienation, feelings of anxiety, feelings of despair, of being a misfit, of self-oppression. So everyone is equally oppressed and flawed. We're all flawed beings in need of mercy from each other. And I feel that the crack in the system, the opening is in our sex lives, because they have not been regulated by the patriarchy. So everything has been regulated by religion, by law, by whatever you want to call it, late capitalism, whatever you want to call it, until the moment when the lights get turned off and people are having sex. So including seduction, regulated. We're told all kinds of definitions that keep changing, but then when we are actually about to have sex, we're supposed to be transported into a kind of like prelingual animal state that channels who we were millions of years ago, but not quite sufficiently, and know what to do silently, you know, as if we're possessed. And then not talk about it, you know, and try to switch back into this regimented life we live. That's not healthy sex. That's not healthy sex. We have to integrate and be able to speak this way during sex, and we have to find new words and new languages and new values of healthy and unhealthy, of true love and its expressions, of trust and respect and consent and acceptance.